Want to start an e-commerce business from home but don't know where to start? In this video, we'll answer the questions. What is e-commerce? What can you sell through e-commerce? And how can you sell through e-commerce? But first, quick questions. When it comes to starting an e-commerce business from home, where are you at with your journey? Just looking, newly started, or experienced? Let us know in the comments below. We'd love to know where you're at in your journey. It's Rowan here from loveworkathome.com, where we help you find work-life balance and freedoms through making extra side income, finding a work-from-home job, or starting an online business, which is kind of what this is all about. That sounds good to you? Hit subscribe and smack that bell so you don't miss out on the great content in store. Let's get straight into it. So, WTF is e-commerce? Well, e-commerce refers to all the business transactions that happen online. All the buying and selling of products and services that happen on the internet. They're all considered e-commerce activities. So consider all the businesses that sell products or services in your local area. Now, how many of them have a global presence, do you think? Not many, I would say. But can you imagine just how many or how much their bottom line would grow if instead of marketing and selling to their local community, you had the whole world at your fingertips? I don't know about you, but to me that just goes light bulb, dollar sign, light bulb, dollar sign, and it goes on and on. Okay, so what can you sell through e-commerce? Personally, within the last 2 weeks alone, I've bought things like, books and subscription fees for many things like an accountant and my Google account and my home internet. I've also bought a bike helmet and flights, and that's just the beginning. So whether you already have a product or a service or not, the three main product categories are physical goods. You can sell almost any type of object, which is probably the most common choice when it comes to e-commerce. Think things like home decorations, and hang on, let me flick over. Yeah, home decorations and furniture and clothes, shoes, accessories, gadgets, groceries, equipment. The list is endless. Next, we have digital goods. So digital goods, one of the first thing that comes to mind for me is ebooks. But there's also lots of other things like films, music, software. And in this day and age, many people are choosing to learn online. So buying courses online, they are all digital goods. Next is services. So services can be sold online. Any skills or knowledge that you're particularly proud of, take bookings for your services online, or you can freelance your skills out to people or businesses that are in need of things like, I don't know, what have we got over here on Fiverr? Maybe they need a voiceover or help with social media or to build a WordPress website, logo design. There's all sorts of different things that can be done through services. So how can you sell through e-commerce? Well, when our video that puts Amazon and Shopify head to head is published, we'll show it up here in a little card. It'll come up in that corner there, up there. But to keep this all quite high level for the time being, we want you to just get a good understanding of the basics. So here are 7 ways that products can get from manufacturer to the end consumer. Well, number 1, before I skip ahead of myself, is drop shipping. So this is where customers will buy an order from you, and that order will either go straight through to the manufacturer or the warehouser, or it might go to you and then to the manufacturer and warehouser, and then it will get distributed to the actual end consumer. Usually it's the manufacturer that you're collaborating with, but it might be the manufacturer. Say, for example, Amazon, FBA, which is Fulfillment by Amazon. That's where Amazon stores the product in all their warehouses around the world and ships it out and also takes the return. So it's beautiful because that drop shipping takes out the whole shipping and returns thing. That's just a whole stack of effort that you don't have to bother with. Next is wholesaling and warehousing. So this requires you to have actual physical space for storing physical products before they're being sold. Now, you'll need to take care of customers' orders and shipping and returns and all that sort of stuff, at least while you're kicking things off. You might do this if you have the resources, both the people resources and also the physical space, and you don't want to be paying a third party to do this for you. Now, the next is private labeling. So this is where you get to build the concept of a product yourself. So while someone else makes it for you, you actually get into the whole naming it and content and label design and pricing it and so on. Here you can actually use drop shipping or wholesaling and warehousing as your distribution means, and that is also the same for white labeling. Now, white labeling is very, very similar to private labeling. The only difference, or the big difference, is that in white labeling, you don't decide on what the product contains. So the same thing can be sold through several different retailers, and you choose things like how you're going to market it. You can even stick your own labels on there and your own branding on there. Now, this happens quite a lot in the beauty and skincare industry, unbeknownst to a lot of people. Next is subscriptions. So this has really come into its own in the last like 5 to 10 years. We all have subscriptions that are magically chewing away at our bank accounts. And sometimes we even forget about them. I know that I have before, and I've had to go back and say, hey, listen, I'm sorry, I haven't used this for like 6 months. Can I get a refund? Sometimes they say yes, sometimes they say no. I've obviously had to do it a few times. So whether it's for financial services like, newsletters or advice, or subscription boxes like fashion, food, cosmetics, maybe even online learning or mentoring subscription book boxes such as, Mentor Box. I'm not sure if you've ever heard of them. They're quite popular. Online workout or fitness subscriptions. The possibilities are endless for subscriptions. Next is bricks and clicks. So with bricks and clicks, you have both an online presence and a physical store. So we're all humans and we all have our own preferences. Some of us are pretty savvy in the online world and we know where we need to shop and what we need to look for, while others like to go into the store and touch it and feel it or try it on before they actually pull out the plastic and pay for it. Having a bricks and clicks component, or, obviously the physical store, having the bricks component, which is the physical store, adds stacks of trustworthiness to your online presence. So if you've got an online presence and you can show that you've got a physical store and you've got a photo of it there, that's a lot of people will love to see that. But it also adds stacks of costs like, the rent and electricity and staff and all that sort of stuff. Next is social media. So social media can be used both as a marketing tool, but also on some platforms as the e-commerce store. So platforms like Instagram give you the opportunity to make sales there, which makes things hugely faster and easier for the end consumer. Instead of being, as fewer barriers as possible, if you have less and less barriers for the end consumer, then they're going to love that. So this makes it much, much easier. So I really hope you got something out of that. When our next video that puts Amazon versus Shopify head-to-head is published, then we'll show it up here, I think. And in the meantime, I really hope you got something out of that. Hit this button with my face on it, and that will subscribe you to the channel. Have a fantastic day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.